Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're going to have a little chat about more Cursed City stuff. Now, I was already excited for this, okay? I was already excited. We saw the vampire hunter, he looked quality. We saw the freak with the giant spade with no eyes, he was quality. The Dead and Divine preview showed us some quality models for Warhammer Quest Cursed City, and it's just getting better. It is literally just getting better. There is no downside to this. I was already excited, I'm just getting more excited. All this is doing is making me want it now. The impatience is absolutely real. So, new series of weekly articles, which I'm frankly gagging for. Gonna kick off with a look at Captain Halgrim and his Ulfenwatch. And boy, have they got a bone to pick with you. I'm going to assume that Nick wrote this one. Well, probably not actually. Puns are a big part of Warhammer community, but dear lord. Okay, so, hoping to receive the gift. By the way, look at this artwork. Look at it. That, to me, feels... Actually, that's got quite a cool Dark Souls feel to it, to me. The little kid out in front there, maybe not so much, but just the overall kind of ruined, very vertical aspect, like really, really tall buildings. I don't know. It's good. It's good. I like it. It's good artwork. So, hoping to receive the gift of the Soulblight Curse, Alexander Halgrim joined the traitorous purge of Ulfenkarn's nobility. This did not go down well with his fellow officers who bound him hand and foot and threw him in a sewer pit to be eaten by corpse rats. Bad times for him. His skeleton was then raised as a death rattle officer to lead the Ulfenwatch, although he is now little more than a rotting automaton. And look at the lad. Also, I totally butchered the word automaton there. I'm just drinking it in. See, the thing I like about these, the thing that I think is really cool about these, is that there's like a clear line of progression when it comes to like skeleton sculpts overall. Like the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, whilst they're not like death rattle skeletons, there's clearly been a lot of progress in terms of how they approach models with that kind of undead feel to them. Previously, I would say that the best skeletons that Games Workshop did are this lot. So the Sepulchral Guard. These are really, really well done. They are really nicely done models. Sadly, I butchered mine. I need to get another set of these because they're really nicely done sculpts. They're really good models. And of course, your leader in the front there. There's a good amount of symmetry between the two. But it feels like these take the Sepulchral Guard and indeed the Grave Guard and kind of blend them together for this really, really nice set of models. Like, I really like the pose of this. The head being slightly tilted to one side. The fact that you have got quite a bit of the armour is intact, but also quite a bit of it is severely damaged or indeed outright missing. It works really, really nicely. The detail of the eye patch still being there, even though he's clearly no longer got eyes. The scabbard being ripped away from the dagger there. There's so much I like about this model. And there's another couple here. So to seize control a city the size of Ulfenkarn, an army is required. With no time to place ads in the local newspaper, Gorslav the Gravekeeper empty the corpse gardens and crypt tunnels. Soon an army of fleshless soldiers were dispensing brutal justice on the streets from their stronghold, the Varn Gate. So these are a couple of the others. And again, you can clearly see that like these look good. The Sepulchral Guard look good. But there's like an added layer of something or other on these skeletons that I'm not even entirely sure what it is, because a lot of the core components are obviously the same. There's only so much you can do with skeletons in rotting or broken armour. You know, there's not a huge amount you can do. You can vary where the different rotted and broken sections are, but when you get right down to it, bones are bones, and there's, like, once you've reached a certain level of detail, I don't really know what else you can do to improve upon it. But maybe it's the overall composition, maybe it's the fact that more of that armour is present, maybe it's the inclusion of more cloth on these particular ones, but it feels like a step above the Sepulchral Guard. The Sepulchral Guard feel like a step above the Grave Guard. Because although the Grave Guard do look good, the Sepulchral Guard have just got that little bit, they're just that bit more defined. There's that bit of extra detail, that extra layer of just like fine detail to them. And of course the Grave Guard feel like a step above your standard death rattle skeleton warriors. Now I will say, the Death Rattle Skeleton Warriors is one of the best kits that Games Workshop does. I use parts off this for loads of stuff, just because the weapons are really cool. The different, the actual skeletons themselves are really useful for either basing or using as trophies, and you can't go wrong with more skulls, let's be honest. Also, that banner is super helpful for a bunch of different things. You can use that on loads of different stuff. It's a really good kit, but it feels like there's a clear progression of these are good, these are a little bit better, these are even better than that, and then we get right up to the Cursed City. I just love these. I think they're so well done. They are so well done. There is a little bit of the Nighthaunt feel to the cloaks, I have to admit. Something that has changed slightly since these and these. It feels like cloth has become that little bit more angular, I guess. It kind of spreads out more. There's more of it. It's kind of more defined, and there's more in the way of kind of nice ripping and tearing effects. Compare the cloth elements on the Grave Guard and the cloth elements on the Sepulchral Guard, and it's more dynamic and it feels like it moves more, but it is also that little bit more angular. Now, I don't know whether that's down to a change in sculpting techniques, maybe, but it does add to me a bit of the Nighthaunt feel to it, because of course that kind of streaming effect is really prevalent throughout that range. But I really like that effect. It's one of the things I like most about the Nighthaunt. There's such a cool identifiable silhouette to those models, and these having that kind of aspect to them, it just makes me like them even more. And I will say, I do love that banner a lot. I really like it. It's really nicely ragged. Now, admittedly, this is just the most tiny, ridiculous nitpick. The fact that the cloth on those two skeletons are it's going in opposite directions, right next to each other, that bugs me slightly, because for it to move that much, you'd think there'd need to be some sort of breeze. But that is the most minor complaint, and that is literally the only complaint that I have in any way. And even then, it's not even that much of a complaint, because they could just be standing looking at each other, in which case the position of the cloth would make sense. So really, who cares? I don't care enough for it to have any effect on my enjoyment of these models, because look at them. They're great. They're so nicely done. They're so nicely done. Everything I'm seeing for the Cursed City stuff is just, it's well up there. It is extremely my shit. This is extremely the thing that I like. I love this kind of stuff. I'm just excited to see the rest of it. And this was already going to be an instant buy. I didn't open the Dead and Divine video creaming myself for the crack. It's because I was genuinely massively excited by the models they were showing off, and they just keep doing it. It was already if the rest of the box looks anything like this, I am 100% in, no questions asked. And they just keep doing it again. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. Keep it up. My God. Anyway, that was a long time to talk about 3 skeleton models, but I can't help myself. I really, really like them. They're really, really well done. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is Cursed City a buy for you? Even if you are primarily a 40k player, is this piquing your interest? Is this the sort of thing that you like to see? And would you be tempted by a box containing such things as this? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And if you would like to support the channel, then there's an affiliate link for Element Games in the description, which you can use if you would like to. It does keep everything running. It does keep everything ticking over. This is what I do. So if you want to support that and you want to do it by buying models and you are in Europe/the UK, that is the way to do it. But it's, of course, entirely up to you. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you for the next one.